Hello, alumni. So, a question that we get fairly often is how do I access academic counseling? So, like, how do I know I'm on the right track? I'm taking the right classes? What's the best way to do that? So, in your tools to help strive in college, go ahead and scroll down to how do I talk to a counselor? So, this I mean, like an academic counselor. If you're feeling like you need emotional support, this would be the place to go to look at like that kind of counseling. But this we mean like academic. So when you click on here, it's going to take you to a how do I talk to a counselor guide. So as a college student, you're in control of your class schedule and your own path. The academic advisors really do want to help you. However, they're seeing thousands of students and they have really large caseloads, so it's not going to be as individual as maybe you're used to. I know at Monarch we have Miss Jessica or Coach Chris, and then we check in with Miss Delia and Miss Allie and myself, and we all make sure you're doing everything you need to do. However, in college, it's a little bit more individual. Like you have to advocate for yourself. So, first, your first step is going to be to make an appointment. So, if you click here, I have the counseling websites for all the different colleges that you may be attending. So, on each site, they have options of how to make an appointment. They also have the schedules of walk-in hours. So sometimes some schools have walk-in hours where you can come in and ask quick questions. But if you're looking to really sit down and go through like a step-by-step plan of what you're going to be doing, making an appointment is the best way to go. Step 2 would be to prepare for your meeting. So like what is it that you really want to accomplish in that meeting? So if we go ahead and click here, we've created a counseling guide to help with that. First, it's like your appointment time and date so you don't forget, the name of the counselor you may be seeing, and what your major is. Secondly, if you're in community college, are you planning on transferring? If it is a yes, like to what college are you thinking of? That's going to help the counselor and you be able to like create a plan. If no, like what is your goal? Are you looking to earn an associate's degree, a professional certificate? What is it that you're trying to accomplish? The second thing is to, I would say, have your semester by semester plan filled out beforehand. So what this is if you are at a four-year college or you're looking to transfer or complete an associate's degree, where you would go through and put the class that you're going to be taking, the units, and if you're transferring, what transfer section is it taking care of. I'll definitely have another video about transferring that will connect with this one, so that makes sense. So I've created a semester by semester plan that goes through 8 semesters. So this would be 2 years worth of, I'm sorry, this would be 4 years worth of school. So this is a good idea to kind of pre-fill out and have the counselor check over it to see if it is going to help you complete your goal in the time that you're hoping. That way they can look through it and be like, yes, this makes sense, or no, maybe don't take this class, take this class instead, or this wouldn't help you transfer, or you may not be able to get this class then because it's only offered in the spring, so switch it to a different semester. It's a great idea to have this kind of pre-filled out for the counselor to go over with you rather than having the counselor make one for you, because sometimes they make mistakes, or sometimes I've seen that they've recommended like incorrect classes and they're just overwhelmed and busy and they kind of make a mistake and they recommend an incorrect class. So this would be maybe a good way to advocate for yourself and have this ready to go. So like I said here, like you can present your semester by semester plan to the counselor to have it checked for accuracy. You're the captain of your educational ship, so it's up to you to make sure you're doing what you want in your education. The next section is like pre-planned questions so you remember what you need help with and you can record an answer. So there may be questions that you have about classes, or am I doing the right thing, or is this the right major for me? So go ahead and pre-plan your questions, and then as you're answering them you can just take notes in it. That way you're not like, oh shoot, I wish I remembered to ask this question, or I wish I thought about that. This way you're planned ahead of time. Then after, like, how did your appointment go? Do you feel confident in your appointment? If yes, that's so awesome. Like, what went well? If no, like, it's still great practice, but what felt challenging? Like, what felt like you didn't get quite answered, or like, did it not feel like they were like listening to you? Then can you request a different academic advisor? Like, this is a great way to kind of think about, was this appointment helpful for you? Are there still questions you have that were not answered? Go ahead and jot them down right away so that way you can follow up. And then, was there any aspect of your appointment that was confusing? Go ahead and jot that down again so you can follow up. So that's like prepping and then kind of after. So step 3, arrive at your appointment early. Bring your photo ID and your student ID number. You're usually going to have to sign in and they are going to check your ID. Step 4, like attend your appointment. I know that sounds silly, but I know we're all super busy. So make sure you actually attend your appointment and you can have your time dedicated to you. If you don't understand something, don't be afraid to ask again. Counselors want to help you, but sometimes they assume you know all the like lingo, the nicknames for what they're talking about, and they're just kind of going to keep rattling it off. And if you're like confused and don't ask, they're just going to keep talking to you rather than stopping to be like, hey, are you confused? Let's go over this again. And then step 5, review your appointment. How did it go? And do you need a follow-up appointment? Of course, you can always ask for one-on-one help with this. There have been times when I've gone to the counseling appointments with students to kind of, their first one to kind of practice and be like, this is like a good time to ask this, or like, this is a clarification that would be a good thing to ask. So don't be afraid to ask and reach out for Monarch staff to help guide you through your first appointment. Of course, also, college is very different and we know that it can be a little bit overwhelming, but you guys got this. You're fantastic problem solvers, and hopefully this guide helps you make it a little less, different and challenging, and like that you feel confident in advocating for yourself.